Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The fact that I get to sit here and talk about this news with you right now is absolutely insane. Yesterday, the Scream 7 casting announcements continued, and we got two that blew our minds because we were not expecting these at all. At least I was not expecting them. The fact that they even announced them, I think, is pretty huge. So one character that is returning, we were all hoping, and then the other one was just complete shock and surprise. So the first casting announcement yesterday, I believe, happened in the afternoon, and they dropped the bomb that Scott Foley, who played Roman Bridger in Scream 3, he was the only single Ghostface of the entire franchise so far, he is returning. That was completely unexpected. We were not thinking that at all. But then later on that night around 8:30 p.m., the huge, major news that us Scream fans have been wanting to hear for so long is finally coming true. Matthew Lillard, who plays Stu Macher, one of the original Ghostface killers from Scream, is returning. What is happening? What is going on? Let's talk about this. So as you guys can see from my excitement, I am just like shaking. I am shaking with excitement. And this is the following morning that I'm recording this. I did not record this last night. I kind of wish I did because the reaction would have been so much bigger. But I was digesting. This news. I was thinking about theories, opening kill scenarios. How are they coming back? In what capacity? I ran upstairs to tell my mom because she's a fan along with me. We were talking theories and opening kills and locations and all that for like an hour at least. And by the time I came back downstairs, like I just was kind of exhausted. So I said to myself, tomorrow morning, I will react to this news because I love the Scream franchise. I am a dedicated, loyal fan of this franchise. I love and adore it. I think it is so solid. It's one of the best franchises out there for the horror genre. I am just going off the rails right now. So I have just been thinking about plot points and theories. And like I said, opening kill, where are they going with this? So in what capacity could these two characters come back? Let's start with Scott Foley as Roman Bridger. So he cannot return in real time because his character was shot in the head by Dewey at the end of Scream 3. So he is dead. So his character of Roman only has two options, but we'll get to another option in just a second. There's always another option. So Roman, the only possibilities are either a hallucination like Billy in 5 and 6 or a flashback. If it is a flashback, I'm hoping it's not a hallucination because I feel like we've already done that in Scream 5 and 6. So to kind of continue that with other characters, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So now we're going the flashback route. If it is a flashback, I'm hoping that it's not like 2 seconds of something and like you forget about it later. I am hoping that if it is a flashback of Roman, that it's more involved and more detailed. I'm hoping, you know what? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say because I think what I'm going to do, if I start talking about it, I'm just going to open a can of worms and I'm going to get really off base and off track. So once we get closer to Scream 7, I will do videos about my theories about opening kill and, how they're going to be involved, plot point, all that. So I'll get to that in future videos, not for this. This is just about the casting news. So if it is a flashback for Roman, I'm hoping that it's not, 2-3 seconds and he's out of there. There's also the factor that someone else brought up because last night I was watching, Cody Leach dropped a video and then we watched a movie, did a live stream. I was like all over the place last night watching different content creators and what they were saying, their theories and what they think about things. I think it was We Watched a Movie. he brought up that what if it's just the voice of Roman and Matthew Lillard, like on the voice changer thing? That would be really, really lame. I really hope that's not the case, because these are major, major announcements. I'm not sure they would drop a major announcement like this if it was just a voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we're going to see these characters in a major way in Scream 7. So that's my hope and my wish, that it's not something corny and just useless. And, you know, why was this a major deal and a major announcement when it's just 2 seconds in a flashback, or possibly just a voice on the voice changer. So that's my hopes for Roman, that if it is a flashback, it's extensive. It involves Billy and Stu in some capacity, because he is the one that dropped the information on Billy that kickstarted this entire franchise. So either hallucination or flashback for Roman. Now with Stu, he could possibly come back in real time, because us Scream fans have the theory that Stu survived the TV drop on the head. Now, a lot of people say, no, that's not possible. That's not realistic. Okay. We are dealing with the horror franchise. Okay. Or the horror genre. Think about this for a second. In other franchises, killers have gotten decapitated. They come back. Killers have been electrocuted, buried underground. I mean, there's so many different scenarios where killers have expired in ridiculous ways and they always come back, which is just so dumb. You're telling me that it's totally unbelievable that Stu could survive a TV drop on the head? It's not out of the realm of possibility. So, because he was not shot in the head, he was not stabbed in the heart, it's possible. Stu could return. So, because of that fact, the Scream fans have always hoped and wished that this would happen with Stu's character. Also, because of the fact that the original plotline for Scream 3 included Stu Macher returning as the leader of a cult of ghost faces. That was going to be the original script of Scream 3, but it had to get changed because Columbine occurred, and out of respect, they didn't want the film to be too violent, and that's why Scream 3 is more of on like the comedic end. There's more funny moments, like more ridiculous moments. It's not as vicious as other Scream movies. That is the reason. So the script completely got changed. It got, altered, and Stu got thrown away. But that just proves right there that Stu is alive in the Scream universe. If they were going to use him, he is alive. So it just makes sense that it's possible that he could come back in real time, not just a hallucination or a flashback. I am just really hoping that they don't do that, because the fans have been wanting Stu to return for so long. And if they go the route of making Stu a hallucination, a voice, or just a flashback, I think would be very, very disappointing. But like I said, with the announcement of Scott Foley as Roman, such a major announcement like this, and making it so public and just like to get us really excited, I feel like it's got to be more than that. It has to be more than that. I am not really sure what direction they are going. I am trying to figure out what they are doing with the plot line and everything, because so far this cast, now with these two major announcements, and these are characters that we're familiar with from the past movies, we're getting a nice mixture of old and new. Because with the old Scream movies, obviously we have Sidney, Gale, Roman, and Stu. With the new end, we have Sidney's family. We have her husband, Mark, who's going to be played by Joel McHale. I did a video about that. I was just so devastated that Patrick Dempsey is not returning as Mark, but it's going to be a completely different Mark, and it's Joel McHale. So we have Sydney's husband. We have Sydney's children. I'm not really sure how many she has, but we know she has a daughter who is now like a teenager. So there's going to be a time jump because the last time we saw Sydney in 5, she was pushing a stroller. So obviously there's going to be a time jump of some kind because now we have Sydney's daughter as a teenager with a boyfriend and her group of teenage friends who we know are going to be slaughtered. And then we have Mark Consuelos, and his casting was announced just a couple of days ago. I wasn't really thrilled with that, but then I thought, you know what? A couple of people made comments under my video, kind of like saying that he's probably going to be with Gail because Gail needs someone else to interact with besides Sydney all the time. So he's probably going, or Mark Consuelos is probably going to be a reporter of some kind. Maybe they're in a relationship. Maybe they're both co-anchors on a TV show and they're in a relationship. Maybe they're rival co-anchors or maybe rival reporters of some kind, rival entertainment. I don't know. But he's probably most likely going to interact with Gail all the time. And he has victim written all over him. I don't think he's going to be one of the Ghostface killers. I mean, never say never, but I think he's going to be a victim. And then we have the twins. The twins are returning from 5 and 6, but this is interesting because we don't have Sam and Tara anymore. So the twins are still in this, even though we don't have the two people that link them to this franchise, even though they are Randy's niece and nephew. It didn't really seem that they were even close to Sydney. I don't even think they even interacted in Scream 5 together. I don't think they did. So I'm kind of questioning why the twins are back. Are they the opening kill? But let's not get into that. But that is the cast. It's very broad, it's very wide, it's old and new, as I said. So I'm just trying to figure out this whole situation of where they're going with this storyline. Now, there is another theory that was brought up. I believe We Watched a Movie during his live stream, brought this up, and it could possibly happen. What if Scream 7 is going to be a version of New Nightmare? Because then all the cast members that are returning, including Stu and Roman, could just be playing themselves. They are alive, and this is just like regular time. But how meta would that be? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we all know the Scream franchise is all about meta. They pretty much defined meta in the horror franchise. And that would be the ultimate honor to Wes Craven. Because as we know, Kevin Williamson, who started this whole franchise by writing the original Scream movie, he is the director of Scream 7. Him and Wes Craven had a very, very close relationship. This would be an incredible homage to Wes Craven. If they did like a New Nightmare thing, it'd be very meta. And also, it lines up with New Nightmare being, because I believe New Nightmare was the 7th movie of the Nightmare franchise. That would line up with Scream 7. So that is another theory that they could possibly go in, is that they're doing a New Nightmare scenario. So lots is going on. Lots is happening. I'm sure there's going to be many other videos discussing thoughts, theories, opening kills, who's going to be the opening kill. I personally think before this surprise casting choice, announcement, I thought 100% it was going to be the twins. I thought, you know what, the twins, that would be a great opening kill. Get them out of here because they were supposed to die in Scream 6. Okay, like they were supposed to go. It was so stupid that both of them survived. So I thought, okay, get rid of them in the opening for Scream 7. That's a great way to launch the brand new film. And then we're back with Sydney. But now I have no idea, no clue what they are doing. But all I know is I am just so pumped for this. I'm excited and I cannot wait. And I also think that this is another reason as to why that they did bring back these two iconic killers, is because when the entire fallout with Melissa Barrera happened and she got fired and then Jenna Ortega walked out the door, a lot of fans were really upset with that. And so the studio knows that, the creatives know that. They want to get back in the good graces of the fans. And so because of that, they're thinking, well, if we bring back iconic characters from the past, they're going to want to go and see this movie, because a lot of people were planning to boycott Scream 7 because they wanted Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega to follow the new characters. You know, we're done with Sydney and Gale. Let's move on. And so a lot of people were upset. And I'm rambling. I know I'm really rambling, but all of this is going through my head right now. But fan service. That's another reason why Stu and Roman could possibly be coming back, to drive people to go and check out Scream 7. So that's what's going on. Stu is back. Roman is back. This is insane. Where are they going with this? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts and your feelings about this. Are you excited about these casting choices? Are you not? If you want to talk opening kill theories or anything else, then please feel free to do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.